I wanted to do the tag. YouTube made me do it. So, wow, YouTube really changed my life. I was going through a tough time, as I've explained before, really like depressed, and my daughter says, "Mom, I saw something I want you to buy for me." Click on YouTube, shows me Be a Star, and then on the side was all the links, and the first one I saw was Leisha, X-Sparkage, and when I saw the Crayola and the Ben Nye, it was like magic to me. Before I just used to use my Revlon, I used to use these creams, they used to crease. My oldest daughter stopped using it because of that, and that's when she went to the high-end department store for makeup. But I was just, content with my Revlon and my Mary Kay. And again, before the minerals, it's, the pigmentation is not that heavy. I had just come out of the hospital for my kidneys, and here I watched Leisha doing that magic X-Sparkage with Crayola and Ben Nye, and that was it. I started just looking all over YouTube for different, looks, and I was watching all the gurus, and it just really changed my life. Mostly for the better, not good for my pocketbook though. But yeah, because of YouTube, I started buying Crayola, which is, as you know, the UV colors are so bright, and they actually glow under black light. The iridescents are so shimmery. The interference ones, just so shimmery, making that makeup really pop. And I felt like I discovered myself again, and I went out and I, started buying. I bought all the Lumières from Ben Nye, all the iridescents from Crayola or Interference. Got a couple of, got lots of glitter. I love glitter. I just, didn't really know how to use it, or didn't really use it that much, and got into some Makeup Forever and some Too Faced and some Urban Decay and MAC, and it just really, really changed my life because I was in a depression, and it just gave me new life again. And then I just would have never heard about any of these if it wasn't for YouTube. NYX I have found at the beauty supply store with my daughter. So everything except the NYX I just found out from YouTube, and it made me feel young again. It made me feel beautiful again. And my family, my husband and my kids were after me to start doing tutorials, and I was like, who wants to see a fat old woman? That's how I thought. But it took me a long time. I got into YouTube, I think, in June of 08, and it took me until April of 09. So that was almost a year before I had the courage to do it. And I talked to a couple of got to, not all the gurus will talk to you, but after talking with some, I want to see one video, and she encouraged me to do it too. And when I showed her what I did, she just like encouraged. She said, "Yay, yay, yay! Do it, do it, do it." And so, between my family and a little bit of encouragement, I just started doing it. And at first, I had a camera. You couldn't even see your face, and I just focused on my double chin. But I felt like I had a lot to share. So I just kept at it, and like with homeschooling, I just learn as I go along. If I notice this goes wrong I did this look, I didn't check that, I didn't check this before I took the picture, I didn't, and so I'm learning so much about, you think that you know it all. I took classes with Avon, I took classes with Mary Kay, and you think you knew it all. And here I am, at 44, and I'm learning, just learning so many new and wonderful things and techniques and stuff. So, I'm learning as I go, and when I take pictures or whatever, I say, oh man, I didn't blend that, or look at that, I didn't notice that. And So I'm learning a lot and having fun with makeup. And, like I said before, it just gave me just something to look forward to every day, to play with my new makeup. I didn't know about loose pigments until, YouTube. Didn't know about, Lime Crime and Pure Lux and Everyday Minerals, which I only went to that website looking for a brush, so that's why I haven't tried the eyeshadows. But they have good brushes at Everyday Minerals, by the way. I just learned about just watching all the gurus. Just learn about tailor-made minerals, coastal scents, the 88 shimmer palette. I counted the days. I usually put in my orders in the first week of the month, and then after that I try not to order again. And I just count the days till every first of the month. Like tomorrow on the 4th, I will put in another order. So I just really have to budget my money. But yeah, I didn't know about all the, pigments and pigmentation, and didn't use too much glitter except maybe on special occasions, and just, like I said, I don't care. I will wear glitter out there every day. When I went to church, the women used to always be fascinated how I came in. I always came glitzy and glam and just had fun with it. So, and I get noticed. Sometimes I think people aren't giving me a compliment. Wow, your eyeshadow's bright, but like a wow and a and others are like, oh wow, how did you do that? I always tell them, oh, Coastal Center, Lime Crime, or whatever. So yeah, YouTube just it just helped me a lot. Helped me to try to get my hair in better condition. I had it so fried and burned out from bleaching it, because I could dye my hair literally 4 days later. You will see the white in it, the silver right here, just right here, like the Bride of Frankenstein. I could dye like 2 days later. It will have white. I don't get it. But it taught me to, okay, don't bleach your hair, make it healthy again. So YouTube really, helped me a lot in just enjoying my life more. Especially, since I moved down here, it's just not the same. I've been so isolated, and you make friends for a little while, and then if you leave the church or whatever, or they leave the church, they move on, and that's it. And it's been really hard for me to keep friends while living here. And it's not like when you live in a big city and you've got a bunch of friends and neighbors and spend time in each other's houses, hanging out, eating dinner, kids playing together. It's going to the park, just meet a trillion people. It's just not the same down here. So I've been very isolated and haven't really kept the friends that I've had, because either I've left the church, and usually when you leave a church, nobody talks to you anymore from the church, or they leave and you lose contact. And honestly, I think because of everything that happened to me, with my back, like I said, it's very hard for me to keep up with my home. So I would be embarrassed to let anyone over here, too. So, I used to have people over for dinner on the weekends all the time, but, with my back, that's been, really, really difficult. So, it's just been isolated for me. But, being on YouTube, I've made so many online friends, and I just love that, and I just appreciate that. That's why I love you guys so much, and I love the encouragement that I've gotten. And it's nice to have people tell you how pretty you look, rather than walk in the street and have people look at you and go, ew, because you have a big belly. And I mean, of course it bothers you at the moment, but what I just pick my head up higher. That's your problem if you don't like my fat. That's how I've done. So it's nice to have online friends. So, oh yeah, forgot to add, I also learned how to use a Mac, how to use an editing software, how to make movies, how to make DVDs, and all because YouTube made me do it. Anyway, so That's my tag to YouTube made me do it. And okay, so see you next time with probably the emeralds look.